Yes.
Toronto. No,
You're
of
back in
course.
Toronto now?
I'm back in Toronto.
Toronto girl?
Yeah, Toronto girl. Can't get away from it.
No. What part of the city are you in? I'm downtown in the village, in the
Oh,
neighborhood.
I'm in Etobicoke.
Oh, Etobicoke. That's where
Yeah.
my mummy lives.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, I'm ready
nice.
if you are.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Three, two, one. On The Young and the Restless, Mischael Morgan once played the she-devil known as Hilary Curtis until she died in a car accident. Fans were oh so disappointed to see the end of Michelle and Hilary. So thank God for twin sisters you didn't know you had. Michelle not only came back as a much less conniving yet still assertive Amanda Sinclair, she made television history in the doing, the first Black woman to win a daytime Emmy for outstanding performance in a drama series. Hi there, history maker.
Hello. Hello. How are
Nice to
you?
see you.
Nice to see you, Shaun.
Uh, I think we're also proud of you, Torontonians and Canadians, when you won that award. That must still sit within you, still achieving that. I remember watching the awards that night, and there was a look of shock, but also one of you thought you were going to win. And I don't know whether that's true or not, but there was a knowing about you,
Yeah.
confidence that
Yeah,
night.
there was a knowingness. It felt right on so many levels. Um, I shared this with a couple of people, but my dad had passed away in 2019,
I'm sorry.
and when I oh, and thank you. But when I got the storyline, my dad didn't meet his mom until he was 21. So when I got the storyline where Amanda was going to meet her mom for the first time, it just felt very parallel to my
Wow.
dad's story, and I had a lot of conversations talking to the ghost of my father, just kind of wanting to make this experience as real as possible for whoever's watching, for whoever's going through it. And when my husband told me the night before the awards, because he had helped Sean Dominic with moving something, so he was with Sean Dominic the day before, and Sean had gone and done the rehearsals for the Emmys. And my husband said, "Do you know that he's presenting your award?" And it was like in that moment, I just felt like I knew that I
Oh,
won because my
really?
dad's birthday, he shares my dad's birthday, August 18th. So I was like, Sean's giving me the award. I'm like, that's crazy. And then and when I won, it felt so surreal, but it felt so right. Like I kind of knew it.
I think when you're
And then
doing
my dad's name was Michael Morgan and
uh,
Michael Baldwin because he watched the show when he was alive. So he made sure that Michael Baldwin and Sean Dominic, who has his birthday, gave me that award. And
I think
so
when
it felt
something's got so many layers to it like that, there's
yeah,
something more powerful about it all. I'm not
true.
surprised that you won then if you had all of that stacked in
Thank
there, especially the
Yeah,
connection with your dad.
yeah.
One of the things you talked about, just to stay on that topic for a minute, is when you won the award, you're talking about this is the right time. You
Mhm.
talked about shattering ceilings, and I wondered if you could just expand on that a little bit. I know why it was the right time, but share with us what you mean by that.
Well, I felt like during the pandemic and during the Black Lives Matter movement and everything that was happening, there was just such a shift happening in our universe where people were just starting to all stand up together and just come together and realize that have to, we are more alike than we are different. And everybody, I think, in our generation right now is just leaning into that message more than ever before. And you're just seeing so many glass ceilings being broken, so many people of color or minorities receiving awards and Oscars and breaking glass ceilings in all different industries, that it just felt like the right time for this one. That it was a long time coming. I think what was that, the 49th
49th, I
40,
think.
yeah, it was the 49th Emmys. And after 49 years, I think it was the right time. It was the
Time.
time that every person who's sitting down who either looked like me or just looked different could feel like they can aspire to be the best in their industry, at least for a moment or a time. And I think that, yeah.
Well, and I think about I've been watching YNR since I was a teenager, and I'm 55 this year, so a long, long time.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I'm a diehard. That's my like family.
Amazing.
Right now, the shows that are airing are about it's the 50th anniversary, obviously,
Mhm.
and they're doing the bicentennial episodes right now that are airing. And Mamie, who was the Abbott maid back in the day when I was watching, she was the only Black character on the show until
Mhm.
her nieces came into the picture, and of course was cast as the maid. And so you can see the trajectory over time of people opening up to diversity in casting, opening up storylines to marginalized actors and actresses. Where do you think we need to go now on a show like The Young and the Restless?
I think we need to keep pushing forward and keep pushing those envelopes. And I feel like, Christoph, he would speak about this a lot. Like when he came in, they wanted to stereotypically give him this really dark background where he was maybe like a gang member or something. And
Right.
he said, absolutely not. He was like, this is a time where people of color need to see that there can be a different trajectory for your life. Like you can come from all different backgrounds. Just because you look a certain way, we need to show the world that not everybody who looks like me comes from the same background. And um he was really headstrong in that. And I
Mhm.
think that's why, the Winters family stood the test of time, because soaps at that time were, forward moving and moving into that place. And I think that that's what we have to keep doing. We have to keep showing, various different marginalized communities in all different lights so that we all feel represented, and I think that that's important. And we're doing it. So I guess we just have to keep going forward. And that's why I think winning in the lead actress category was so important, to show that, people of different colors can move story as well. They can impact people, and their talents and their abilities matter on the same level.
So after you won the award, I started to think I was going to see lots of you, of Amanda Sinclair, on the canvas, and you disappeared.
I did.
That damn mother of yours, who's so sick and needs your attention in whatever city she lives in,
She really
needs to
did.
like get well. What's the scoop behind why? I mean, I really would have thought we would have milked this and seen lots more of you.
Well, it was funny
And
because it was a
no,
decision that I made. I made it a few months earlier, and then I had a tragedy happen in my family that happened just a few months before the Emmys, that kind of solidified that I think I wanted to just move into a different chapter in my life. So me and my husband just decided that we wanted to kind of get back to Toronto, get closer to family. And I thought, I spent 9 years on the show. I created two very diverse, distinct characters that I'm really proud of. And YNR has been so gracious to tell me that I can come back whenever I want. So I thought this was a nice moment, or a good time, to kind of move and kind of focus on my personal life and my other personal dreams and passions. And I want to write and produce and work on other projects, primetime, feature films and stuff like that. So I wanted to kind of spend a little bit of time at this age in my life to kind of pursue those passions. And I got that opportunity when YNR graciously said, we would love for you to stay on as a recurring character. So I took that, and I won the Emmy on that weekend, on Saturday. And then
got
my
it.
last day of filming was actually Tuesday, but that was already kind of,
That was already in
we've
the
already
works.
it's already
Got it.
planned. Yeah.
Got
So,
it.
and they kept
So
telling me, they're like, if you want to change your mind, let us know.
that's a great place to be for you. So what does it mean to you? We're celebrating 50 years of YNR. What does it mean to you to be part of a monster like this, a behemoth?
It means that, storytelling can and will stand the test of time, and quality storytelling with quality characters and great actors and will always be relevant, no matter if it was 50 years ago or today. And if you do it right, people are always going to watch, clearly.
And when and if Amanda returns to Genoa City, she's there right now with the arbitration hearing going on. But what would you dream for her? What would bring you back?
Oh, Who have you been talking to?
I have my sources. I have my people.
Everybody's been asking me that. I mean, for me, I don't know. I mean, I don't know at this, like, what else I would want to explore for Amanda. I think at least we got her family, built up. So kind of, I guess, coming back as a family and
Mm.
integrating and having, two ethnic families might be cool, to have on the canvas. So we'll see.
Well, listen, thanks for coming on today. I wish you the best of luck with all the new journeys you're about to embark on in your career. And congratulations again on making history.
Thank you so much.
All right. Cheers.
And a happy 50th.
Happy 50th, Weinar. 50
Yeah,
years. My God.
I know. 50
It makes
years.
me feel so old. I mean, it was like a different Jack Abbott, a different Jill Abbott,
Oh,
all
wow.
these.
You watched
Yeah.
all through that, huh?
I
Because
was in high school. It
yeah,
saved my
I
life.
started. Oh, really?
Yeah, I grew up in rural Ontario, and I was highly bullied and different from all the other kids. And my home life situation wasn't very pretty at the time. And I would come home every day at 4:30 and turn YNR on, and I would escape. And they had teen characters. Lauren and Tracy were teenagers at the time. And it just was my hour of no problems in my life. And then I became addicted, and I've been watching ever since. Yeah, no, I watch it while I'm eating my dinner, usually
Amazing.
every day. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I watched since I was a kid. I remembered, YNR in the background, but I started watching, when the teen characters came in, when Lily and Devon and all of that teen storyline was happening. That's when I was kind of watching the most.
it must have
Um,
been
I
surreal
kind of
for you to end up on the show. Then I know I had a set visit once, and I was in the Abbott Mansion, and I can't remember where else I was, but just to walk through those doors that you had grown up
Yeah,
watching and sit on that couch that you'd seen all these characters be on so many times over the years was weird for me. So it must have been weird for you to be on it.
yeah, it was really
Yeah.
weird for me. I just kept trying to tell myself to just, calm down. Remember that you are a professional too. You
Right.
belong here
You have a right
too.
to be here. Yeah.
And Crystal always teases me. She's like, "Oh yeah, you were a fan. I keep forgetting you were a fan." I was like, "Get out of here," because she's been on the show since she was 14. So
She
yeah,
was young when she joined the show. She was a teenager. Well,
yeah.
thank you. All the best to you.
Thank you too. Take
Okay.
Thank
care.
you both.
Cheers. Thank
Bye.
you, Ashley.
Bye.
Speak to you soon. Bye.